to hear about 17-year-old drug bust, even if it's like not even anything. Like, that sounds good because that's what people want to hear. People don't want to hear, oh, parking lot adds new speed bumps, or, you know, animal saved out a tree. No, that's not what the people want to hear. They want to hear something that sounds good.
Some things should be public record, like number of arrests. They say there's not a quota, but then everybody kind of knows there is. It's one of those things that everybody knows about, but nobody really talks about, so it's just that share of information. It's not looking like completely sketchy, but it's just being open and saying, hey, we're doing this, and you are doing this. Let's all gather our information together. Maybe not even including names or ages or anything like that. Just let's just say, oh, we arrested this many kids at this place for this, or these kids were, or some kids go up to the officers saying, hey, we saw an officer do this, this, and this. It should be an equal share of information.
In Hart, I see him busting people all the time, bro.
Where? Just all over?
On the street. Like, I always see him pulling people over. A lot.
Because he's a dick face.
It's just what he wants to do.
He's got a couple quotas to meet, apparently.
That he sets for himself.
Is it necessarily true that there is a quota, or is it an obligation by the officer? Because personally, with my job, like, there's not a quota. You have to yell at these many kids, like, running and all that other stuff. Like, there's no quota, but you feel obligated because it's your job. And if you don't, like, if I don't make a med call in a while, then I'll just pick it up and yell at someone to make it look like I'm doing my job. So is it necessarily that there's a quota, or is there an obligation by the officer for job protection?
I think it's both. Because, you have to do your obligation as a city police, but I think there's some things that go more and above and beyond what just the regular thing for the police department is, and that's where I think quotas come from. It's not the number of arrests or the number of tickets they give out. I just think it's a quota of action that they do, whether it's checking up on calls, writing tickets, arrests, whatever it is, as long as they're actively doing their job above and beyond what just the basic obligation is. I think the public should be able to know that.
Well, and here's my issue with the obligations, though.
I think that's more just an obligation by the officer. I don't think it's put on by the actual department.
Yeah, but see, my issue with the whole obligations thing is, like, I understand you want to, like, do your job and, like, make sure, like, your boss or whatever knows you're doing your job. But if there is honestly, like, nothing, and, like, you just, like, see some random person and you're just gonna, like, all of a sudden do your job even though that person's not doing anything, that's wrong. You shouldn't just,
People
like...
are always doing something wrong.
Well, you shouldn't be doing that, especially
if you want to call them out on it or not.
Yeah, but I mean, like, especially for a cop, like, imagine being just, like, a kid, like, not doing anything wrong, going on a walk, and all of a sudden getting stopped, and, like, being told by cops that they're going to search you, and you're just standing there, like, I haven't done anything wrong. Like, it's not even past curfew, I have nothing on me, I am just going on a walk, and all of a sudden cops are just like, we need to search you. Like, that's wrong, and you shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Ian, did you have a statement?
I mean, well, when it comes to, like, the stops and searches of people, they say it's, like, random but there's profiling in everything that everybody does. Like, whether you're a car salesman, having the ability to tell if that person is actually going to buy a car or not, or whether you're a police officer saying, oh, there's a group of kids that look like they could be stoners, let's stop and search them.
If you're just eyeing them down, they're going to be like, oh, what's up? What's up, guys? What you guys up to? You guys looked at me really suspiciously. What are you guys up to? Any drugs in the car? Oh my god, no! I swear to god, they're not mine. That's my dog's! It's theirs! They told us to do it.
Your dog is cancer!
Bitch, please.
I think it's the exact same thing with just instinctual, but I think taking your instincts is going way too far in certain situations, especially when it involves the police and searches. Because to search somebody is an invasion of the privacy under the Fourth Amendment. And I think, unfortunately, a lot of cops get away with it, whether it's here in Tosa or just everywhere around the country, because so many people are not, especially kids, are not completely informed on their rights. So it's just like you have to know what your rights are before you can have problems with people, you know?
Yeah. How do you feel about the police in Tosa? Do you believe that they're doing more than what their job should, like, tells them to do, or?
I mean, I feel like the Tosa police are a bunch of people that sit around a lot and really have bare minimum to do when it comes to like cases to work on. So I think they spend too much time just trying to bust kids for things that, well, whether you can argue for marijuana legalization or not, whether it's just a kid doing something, it's not that kid going out and being destructive. If that kid's going out and being destructive, it's not because of that, it's because he wants to go be destructive and just be rebellious. It's not something like that, and I just think they spend way too much time on busting kids for stupid things when there's a lot more problems. And I mean, Officer even told us he's done over 10,000 searches, I think he said, and he has yet to have to get a warrant because he uses loopholes. So I mean, I just think they look too much for loopholes to get away with things, and that it needs to be noticed and it needs to be corrected.
Well, the MPD has like, I don't know, 700 or 900 officers, and Tosa has less than 200. You would think there would be a higher number of problem officers in Milwaukee than Tosa, wouldn't you? I mean, and then there are well-known problem individuals in smaller departments around, individuals who sexually harass, stuff like that. People who abuse their power. But usually they're one person or, and I think those cases are relatively unusual in a small department. Do you think so? Or, I mean, does it seem likely that when you have many more officers, you have many more problems?
I don't know. He's a fuck. Cause I don't know. Officer Griff, he never would like. I mean,
Yeah, he was dope.
Officer Griff never
He
was
was
in
so
people's
dope.
businesses, bro. Like, I mean, unless something happened at the school right
Yeah.
then and there,
Yeah,
then
or if
that's
he saw
when
you do something.
or if he saw you do something, Griff would act on that. But like, Griff would never try to like investigate or like he would never try to get shit
Like,
out of
plot
kids. Like he would never try to
against you.
exactly. He would never like scheme against
They
the
don't
kids.
have time
Like,
for that shit.
like he would never be like basically just interrogating kids and scaring the shit out of them to,
Yeah, 'cause
like to
kids
make
do that.
make them say something. Like he's just got an
I would
intimidating
just walk by
personality.
his
Like
hallway or his door with red eyes and just run past, basically.
I'd look
I'd-
at like
well, I'd
going to
still
band,
look
going
too,
to band,
but I
I'd
would,
look
like,
at
be
him and I'd
walking
just look at him
fast.
and I'd be like this. And I'd always make it a point to look. If I saw his door open, I knew that he was in there. So anytime I'd walk past, I'd make it a point to look and just not even open my mouth, say anything. I'd just look and give him the eyes. And my eyes were glazed as fuck all the time. So I'd walk right into band.
Dude, when he walked in, you weren't in there. Did he walk into band one day?
Yes, and scare the shit out
Dude,
of me.
I know, me too. Me and Billy were in the other room, and our eyes were bad.
Eyes were bad that
Billy
day.
was literally next to the door, and oh my God, I'm gonna go to jail.
Yeah.
Like, I was just freaking out.
Dude, that shit scares me all
Not
the
because
time.
of the iPhone.
All the fucking time.
So what? He just seeks marijuana.
No, not even.
Not that time. Not that time.
Not
He
even
was,
marijuana.
like, being a real cop for once,
Not even
but-
marijuana. It's just everything. He's always
Because they all
trying to.
do acid too.
Bro,
they all
he's just
do
trying
so
to get.
much
He's just trying to give tickets. He likes to arrest kids and give tickets. That's what
Why?
he's. That's
Because
bro,
it's his stats, bro.
It's
He probably
not-
looks at it like those are his
stats,
stats.
and he likes the feeling of power.
Yeah.
He likes. the
So
feeling
it's
of power.
not, I mean, like for a justice type thing.
I don't think so.
No, dude, he's not doing it like I'm saving. I'm
Or
like
maybe-
saving.
maybe-
I'm
I mean,
cleaning up the
he's looking
streets
at
or
it like
something.
that.
Like, I'm cleaning up the
Maybe-
streets or something.
Maybe
Maybe
he
he's
sees
looking at it
himself
like
as
that,
a.
but I don't care.
Maybe he sees himself as a.
He's not a good.
As a
he
super,
sucks.
almost like a good
super cop.
like a super cop, like almost like a good guy, and he's saving our kids and blah blah blah, yada yada yada, whatever. But
Like, all y'all
no
can
matter
say
what
that,
you
yeah.
say, no one cop is not gonna eliminate all the drugs that there are at a school. Like no matter how, you could get 20 cops, you could have cops there all day. That's not gonna eliminate kids getting drugs in school. That's what's gonna happen. Like that shit happens all the time. Whether you think so
Yeah, it's
or
just
not,
a thing,
that shit
like-
just happens, and they will make it work. Like, People are gonna do it.
No, I do it sometimes.
That makes no sense. I wouldn't
You
do.
control yourself.
I wouldn't do heroin. I don't even want to try heroin because they said there's no trying heroin. There's doing heroin. Like once you do it the first time, like that's it. That you're doing it. You're doing heroin.
Cause you were like, oh, this is a drug. It's awesome.
Well, it's
You're
like
on it,
and you see
you forget
well,
about like.
Well, the first time is probably like the best high too, but
And you chase that.
yeah, exactly.
That's why coke is so addictive.
But you mean crack?
Yeah, but think about the practicality of it. Is it really practical to be like, oh wait, you're doing something illegal, just wait your time, wait your day and I'll be back. Like, you have to have a way to do things immediately.
Well, I mean, yeah, if like you can like see them doing something illegal and like you know what's going on, like that's fine. But the thing is, if they are like nothing is going on and you're just like, oh, like they look like hoodlums or whatever, so we're gonna go fuck with them. Like that's not okay. You can't just go like randomly fuck with people who aren't doing anything wrong.
Okay, but do you know that's what they're doing? I mean, it could be what they're doing, but you don't know what's going through their mind. Like, I feel like we're not credible people to say that an officer is doing, like, that the officer, like, there's things we are credible to say they're doing wrong, but like, we don't know what's going on in their heads, so we're not credible to say like, we say like, oh, we're not doing anything wrong because we aren't doing anything wrong, but they may see it as a potential, or maybe they're seeing something that we're completely not noticing. So like, you have to walk in their shoes for a little bit too.
I get the whole walking in their shoes thing, but they take probable cause way too far a lot of times. Because a lot of times the probable cause, it's just, I had that gut instinct, or I got that feeling, or they can just come up with some BS reason about why they needed probable cause to detain that person, and then once you're detained, search that person. I mean, when does it stop for just as, where does it stop? Is it
But then if
traffic stop becoming a full car search?
Okay, but think of this. If you're not doing anything wrong, then what's the big deal? The only time it becomes a problem is when you're doing something wrong and you know you fucked up, and now you know you're gonna get busted, and that's why.
No, that's not even it. That's ignorant sounding, because saying, well, if I'm not doing anything wrong, I shouldn't have a problem with it. No, it's still a violation of your rights if they illegally search you. It doesn't matter whether you are doing anything wrong or have anything on you. It's still a violation of the Constitution. People need to understand that. Take it farther than just, if it doesn't affect me, I don't care. Because someday it will affect you. So stop being ignorant and stop standing idly by while a lot of people have to deal with these problems, and it will be you someday. It's not just, oh, it's going to be that kid or it's going to be that kid, it'll never be me. It will eventually be you, because if we keep allowing them to go past this point of illegal searches, where is it going to stop?
That's pretty pessimistic.
And because see, what in law enforcement, what you're taught is you're taught personal space. Have you ever been told about personal space? Okay, you're taught personal space. Personal space, excuse me. Personal space is 3 feet in. It's 3 feet in. 3 feet in, 3 feet out to 3 feet in. That's your personal space. Once they put hands on you and they haven't told you anything, they haven't given you any reason why they're stopping you, why they're frisking you, they are in violation of your personal space. That is a constitutional right. That is a human right. They are in violation of, at that point, they are in violation of your human rights. Now, proving it is another thing. Okay, because first of all, if it's just you and the police officer at 3 o'clock in the morning, who do you think the courts are going to believe?
The police officer.
There you go. Well, first off, what you have to understand is that in all law enforcement capacity, okay, whether you're a sworn law enforcement officer, which the Wauwatosa police are, or you're some rent-a-cop in Walmart, okay, you have to have probable cause to not only stop someone and speak with them, but also to it's called stop and frisk, okay? So we get into the frisk part, which is searching, okay? You have to have probable cause to do that. It doesn't surprise me that probably a lot of youth who live in the city of Wauwatosa are getting stopped, okay? But again, when you look at it on the other hand, this is the city of Wauwatosa. It's a small municipality. It's probably a jurisdiction of 10 miles, if that. 7 to 10 miles in all directions. Okay, so on the flip side, looking at it from a law enforcement standpoint, what else do they have to do? Besides traffic stops and harassing adolescents, teenagers, what else does the police department have to do with their time?
Maybe.
The majority of the things that ever happen in Wauwatosa are like related with teenagers. Majority of it. Like, yeah, there's some other shit. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm sure there's other shit that I don't know.
That's what
about.
police officers are
But like,
for.
that's what police officers are for. That's what they're made for. But like, the majority of it, which is kind of sad, is
How long
dealing
have
with
those things
teenagers.
been in?
Like, come on, bro. Like, we're fucking teenagers. Like,
They have nothing else to do. That's the main reason why they do it. A lot of it has to do with, because it's a multicultural thing, would you say?
It's just such a weird area. Like everything is so, like nothing ever happens. Like nothing ever happens. Every day is so like.
One thing I heard about Tosa, and I know about Tosa because I live here, is that like you could always hear all the sirens and everything coming from Milwaukee.
Yeah, and it's like.
But in Tosa, it's quiet. It's kind of eerie too.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I don't like that feeling. It's weird. I don't know. I definitely think that's right. Cut it.
I don't know what the fuck I was
Don't come out tonight, it's time to take a ride. There's a bedroom on the rise.
You guys on a song?
lights, and I didn't, do anything frantic, and I thought, him trying to, I knew instantly, though, when he was doing it, because as soon as I came up to, like, right in front of the car, the dude turned on his car, and he turned on the lights, and he moved his tires, and he made it seem like he was about to come out, and, and then he turned left real fast, and then he went down that street, and he just booked it up north, and I was like, this dude was trying to scare me. I was like, that guy was so trying to scare me, because why did he have to pull off? He was sitting there for such a long time. There's no reason for him to pull off. He didn't speed off like he had a call or anything like that. And he turned his wheels like he was about to come and, like, try to pull up on me.
You guys don't know? Oh, I'm ashamed.
Oh, fuck, this blunt is not sticking to itself at all.
Too fucked up, man.
Dude, my hand, I'm only gonna be able to play like half of it though.
Just got home from Illinois, like a front door boy. Got to sit down, take a rest on the porch. Imagination sets in, pretty soon I'm singing. Do, 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 looking out my back door.
It's a white boy.
Shines to high heels, statues wearing high heels. Look at all the happy creatures dancing on the lawn. Dinosaur and Stroma, listening to Buck Owens. Do, 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 looking out my back door. Tambourines and elephants are playing in the band. Take a ride on my flying school. Do, do, no wonder separation. You can't competition. Do, do, do.
Yeah, I can't do it because I'm too high as well. Oh, you got me on camera.
Bitches be bringing me hash browns, but I ain't put no cash down. Bitch, I smoke my hash brown and take it to the town with that collected nectar by the pound. Too broke to elope from this bitch, open up the cup with invertebrates and knock a shirt off and knock your jaw. Pop shots at y'all, lead your kids the fuck to the call of the serpent. When those open, I'm hurting. They call me look like hot fire, but cool.
You
tripped me out. I was like, what is that?
How long have you been recording there?